Hope you're all still awake. Late Night Mega here. And we only have 2 stages left. We have 100% cleared everything else. So we are going to go to the Troya base. And we're going to take X because obviously we have an armor part to collect, and 0. We're actually going to have to go through here twice, but that's actually the entire nature of the stage. Optic Sunflower? Really?
You have to clear each area in order to move on to the next one.
We're fighting a sunflower.
The next training session will be altered.
Also, this totally looks like the type of environment that a sunflower would be in. Okay, so anyways, the theme of this stage is we have all these training exercises, and they're going to rank us. There's 3 different ranks. For the sake of simplicity and consistency with the other ranking systems, we're going to consider the best rank to be S rank, and the others, who cares? Not S rank. Because that's really all that matters, is getting S ranks in this in these training exercises. Now, here's how this stage works. If you get 5 to 7 S ranks, I think it's 5 to 7 S ranks, basically 5 to all but 1 S ranks, you will get a rare medal. If you get all 8 S ranks, you will get a different rare medal, and you cannot get both of them on the same go. I also heard like there's some sort of issue where if you get all 8 first and then come back and it's like you have to get like all 8 again S ranks. I don't know. We're not going to tempt fate, so we're just going to get, well, at least 5 S ranks. In order to get an S rank on this timed one, you need to destroy 90 of those things. It's actually kind of tricky to do, but there's some options you have. 0 isn't too bad there, but X using charged attacks like I was doing, and the head parts I also worked really well. 0's deglaive and the spin attack you get from Dark Mantis is going to be really good here. Actually, this is what I should be doing here. No, I can't do the actual spin attack. I just have to swing. Okay. Mainly though, in my opinion, Axel is the best character for this level, and 0 is best at a couple of the things as well. Though all 3 of the characters have some decent traits throughout these training exercises. And you can see on the back wall what your current rank is on the last one. So yeah, we got an S rank, because it ranked at the top there. Oh, kill that thing. Why didn't that thing die? Well, taking a death does not only cost us a retry chip, it will also automatically rank us down. And you'll see that the non-S rank challenges are a little bit easier than the previous one. Yeah, you can see we're down a rank. That's fine. It's different because it's oh my gosh. How did I not take another death there? It's different because the platform started in different positions and whatnot. This one, we're going to want 0 and the deglaive. So the first one was, you had a minute exactly and to kill as many things. The rest of these are all just timed challenges. That is the best strategy I found for that one. That one is really easy to either waste a lot of time or just die trying to kill those things. And because you got the platforms that are moving like gears, and one's moving up and the other's moving down, and is a problem. Now, this wall here, Palette gives us a thing. We need to make it feel the gravity of the situation. So we'll use the squeeze bomb for that.
I thought something like this might happen someday, so I prepared parts for you. Give these a try. They're Buster Parts H.
I don't want Buster Parts H.
And you'll gain the ability to perform new kinds of charge attacks. Equip this new ability and board the capsule next.
If we must. Okay, so the rest of them, it doesn't matter how much damage you take in any of these training sequences. It just matters how fast you kill the things. That's all that matters. Also, if you take a death on any of the in-between sections, you will also rank down on the next challenge. So this Buster upgrade, it gives you a triple spread shot. Not a fan of it. And you've also noticed that it lowered our normal shots back down to where they were, whereas, oh my goodness. This thing, you just have to keep hitting him over and over. He gets harder to hit, and, well, he gets smaller and harder to hit and faster the more you hit him, so just do that. I don't know what the timing is on all these. They're all different challenges. X, what did I just get done saying about dying on the in-between parts? I don't want to rank down and on anymore. Yeah, listen to Zero. He's got this one. The deglaive, I just find it doesn't do anything gameplay-wise, but I just find it distracting when I'm trying to do this sort of platforming through here. So that's why I switched back to the Z-Saber. Alright, I should chat a little bit. Oh gosh, what in the world are we going to do about this thing? Zero. We need deglaive. It's kind of really good at dealing with stuff. Now, if you take a death in a training section, you do have to redo that session. And there is a secret over here.
That's a rare metal. You can use it to make a new chip when you get back.
Anyone can get that one. I originally thought you had to have Axel, but no, that's not necessarily the case, as you saw. Anyone can get it. You just kind of have to know that it's there. And the game doesn't really help you with that, unless you do have Axel and you go hovering out there. This one, oh. Okay, we're going to have Vile here. I was not expecting that, but okay, we randomly ran into Vile again. So that is a thing that can happen. Okay, analysis between X's two different armors, the H armor, or Helios armor, and the Icarus armor. Is it Helios? I think it's Helios, that's what we're going with. So the Icarus armor is more focused on offense and defense, increasing your defense, increasing your attack capabilities, you know, the more stronger buster shots, the head part that hits you or will actually damage enemies. And you have, well, the foot parts that will increase jumping, and the armor that will just decrease all of your damage by half. The Helios parts, I'm not the biggest fan of. They're more about, like, speed and stealthiness, as opposed to just raw attack and defensive strength. So, like, the Helios parts, the body armor, it makes you immune to weak attacks, whatever is defined as a weak attack. But from my experience, there's not much that you become immune to. Not much that makes it worthwhile. By the way, that thing is actually a huge pain to deal with because you have to defeat like each of those segments, the cannons on the outside, then the dragon parts, then the dragon head, in that particular order. It's just that Zero's deglaive and spin attack just makes that ridiculously quick and easy. So there's a rare metal. Awesome. Next time we'll go through here with Axel and Zero, and we'll get all 8 of the S ranks. I'll show you how to do that. And there's something else special that will happen when we do that. It will happen in that room. What? So, yeah, the H parts, Helios parts. You've got the body armor that I would rather just be able to half all of the damage I take than just be immune to a couple minor things that I'm probably going to avoid anyways.
My master remembers you well. You had the chance to become the ultimate destroyer.
This is a great voice for a Sunflower Maverick. I'm just saying. Optic Sunflower will be kind of annoying to deal with. You'll see. She'll shoot out. Those things can actually trap you, so be careful with that. If you get trapped, just tag out to your partner. She'll do that laser thing. It'll sweep around the room, and the idea is you need to use those blocks to hide yourself from the lasers. Kind of like we've done in Burn Rooster's stage and Dark Manus' stage when we were falling and had to go around lasers. So yeah, X also had the Helios, the foot parts, make you invincible while dashing and turn you invisible. And you had the Buster that's kind of more sleek and does that spread attack. Yeah. Getting caught by that a lot. This is the super move, which is really obnoxious and really difficult to try to avoid. And I cannot do it consistently for the life of me. But yeah, I like this armor on X, the Icarus armor, because you can see almost all the damage you take is going to be, you can recover it. And that's not true with the Helios armor. So why would I want the Helios armor? Yeah. And then you have, I talked about the foot parts. I'd rather just be able to jump higher than to, well, I mean, being immune for that brief dashing moment, it sounds nice, but it's, in my opinion, just not practical enough to make good use out of. Might be better in boss battles than just, like, fighting normal enemies. And then you have the Buster that does the spread attack, but it's weaker shots. So the Helios armor, in my opinion, is more about being quick and stealthy in combat. Unfortunately, also in my opinion, this game does not lend itself to favor that, because you can just obliterate most of your normal enemies very, very quickly. So you don't really need to stealthily dodge around them and whatnot.
Could this be the last of them? Or is this just the beginning?
It's been a long time since they've gotten their hands on Lumine. The elevator seems normal so far, but that's just making me more nervous.
Just try not to think about it. We've come this far. Let's just take care of that last Maverick and move on, okay?
You're right, Axel. There's no time to be worried.
Yeah, you talk as if you're going to be the one taking care of them. Anyways, we gotta go back here and we're gonna take Axel and Zero. You will see a brief blip in the video here. That's because I did stop this recording and start a new segment. I did that, and we're going to take Lair after we've already beaten the Maverick, because, of course, yeah, little blip there. That's just because I wanted to come back and show the one where I successfully S-ranked everything. And editing videos is kind of editing segments out of a HD video or PS4 video, because I have to record it, use a different program to record it and whatnot. It's it just becomes a bit more tedious, a bit more difficult for me to do, so it's easier for me to just stop the segment and just start a new recording segment, because then I have to combine all the segments together, and then I process that, and then I use that finished video to, which is now one video, to, which is what you're seeing now, and that's how I do my post commentary off of that. By the way, Axel using the homing missile is really amazing here. Blast Launcher's not bad either, except when you get the group where you have 3 coming from one side and 2 coming from another. If you screw up on one of these and don't kill all of them, you will not get S rank, because if one floats by and you manage to not kill it, it'll be like a good 5 to 10 second penalty before the next group of enemies comes through, and you have to get 90 on that to get S rank. Alright, for this one... Now, normally he likes to appear, like, right underneath you, and when he does, just launching those blast launchers, you can kill him in 2 seconds. But the game is generous enough to give us enough time to kill him anyways. This one can also be solved by Axel and Blast Launcher. Axel solves a lot of these challenges very well, as does Zero with his D-Glaive. Yeah, look at that. 2 seconds. So yeah, my issue with the Helios armor is it doesn't seem to do well in this game. And while we're on that subject, it feels like... Well, I need to get to Zero here. I forgot this was the one I needed, Zero. Yeah, we still got it. If you've noticed, if you've watched like my other Mega Man X playthroughs, specifically X through, heck, we'll even say X6, most of the time you see me dash jumping, and that's pretty much how I always move around. That is not the case with X8. X8, you have to be a bit more slow and tactical going through these areas. Blast Launcher could also be used there, because the explosions will help and do multi-hits and whatnot. But Homing Missile is also good for when it gets really small and you have to get that last shot in. We still got S rank, so not worried about it. This one, I believe this is the one where we ended up fighting Vile. We're not going to fight Vile again. We'll show you what this is actually about. Oh no, this is not the Vile one. Okay, so the one where we fought Vile... yeah, look how quickly Blast Launcher solved that. The one where we fought Vile, there's... if you're on the S rank path, you'll fight 2 enemies, one with a hammer, I think, and one with a sword. And Zero's good for taking them both out. Blast Launcher can also take them both out, but not quite as quickly as Zero. If you're not on S rank path with this... Oh, one with a gun and one with a hammer. Okay. If you're not on the S rank path, only the one with the hammer will appear. This room always makes me nervous. Fortunately, I handle it very well. So it turns out I didn't need to actually do a different... I didn't actually need to cut the segment there like I did. Because this is my first attempt with Axel and Zero, and we're going to get S rank on everything. So glad that worked out. Blast Launcher can take that thing down, but not nearly as quickly as Zero can. But that is another useful tactic if you want to go that way. Speaking of Blast Launcher, and Green Spinner, which is X's weapon, launches that giant, we're going to call it a nuclear missile. That is actually Optic Sunflower's weakness. You can test this out yourself. Just go out and launch a missile at a sunflower and see if it survives. It probably won't. Actually, if you can test that out, you probably shouldn't. That's an excessive way to deal with a sunflower. Zero. When you have the Z-Knuckle equipped, his special abilities all do and work differently. Yeah, see, there's the electric one. It becomes like a charging uppercut thing. We're going to use that. We're going to punch something in the face. Because the other special thing we get... Oh yeah, we get the downward fire kick from Burn Rooster.
Zero, can you hear me?
What's this? It looks like some data has been downloaded from an outside source. Well, that's vague. It's called CM, whatever that means. CM, what could that stand for? It stands for Cutman. Yeah, that's right. You can actually fight Cutman in this. He doesn't have a health bar, and he'll die really quickly with only a couple hits. So I'm just going to play around with him. I want to punch him in the face, or kick him in the face. Well, that works. So yeah, Mega Man X8 is more about tackling challenges tactically and strategically rather than just flying through everything like we did in X through X6, really. And I'm not the biggest fan of that. I like doing the dash jump all the time, but it just gets me into trouble in this game, and so that's why you don't see me do that as much. We get the metal generator. It generates metals for us automatically. We'll get that. And with that, I will see you guys next time.